Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Welcome to my humble abode.
Thank you. What a beautiful place. So much greenery around here. So say hi to my camera.
Hello, hello. Hi, how are you?
Okay.
Come, let me
Which way do
shut
we
the
go?
door. We go straight and then, yeah, that's where we live.
This way?
Yeah, this way straight.
Wow, look at all this. So beautiful.
So, this was the house that we made about 20 years ago.
Why Goa in the first place?
See, I was doing a lot of fashion events, the India Fashion Week and everything. So, I mean, during my early days when I was doing as a full-time event management, now I've kind of retired and staying in Goa. So, at that time, Wendell, whose house is just opposite our place, that is now turning into a museum called Moda Goa Museum after Wendell's death. So, Wendell and I used to come there and stay with him, we all, my wife and all of us. And that's the time he told me, because we became so close friends for the last 20, 30 years, 25, 30 years. So, he said that, look Omar, I want you as my good neighbor in Goa, so why don't you buy a place? So I said, no, when will we come? When we come to Goa, we always stay in hotels and this. I said, no, you buy a place and I want you to buy opposite my house. And he pointed out to this house, this space. So then when we bought it, there was only one, like a heritage house and a well. Both were more than 100-year-old, and we had a chapel in our property.
Wow.
So one chapel, one house with 2 bedrooms, that's it.
Can you talk about some works that you have done along in collaboration with Wendell?
Yeah, I don't know how many shows. We have done a lot big shows across the country with Wendell Rodricks. So we started this property called Blender's Pride Fashion Tour. So then he and a lot of other designers participated in it, and that tour was roaming across India. So he did one series on that. Then I was also doing India Fashion Week. So there also he came up with 1 or 2, I think we did 2 or 3 shows of Wendell in that.
I want to talk more about Kulwali then and now.
Okay. So it must be now 20 years since we moved to Kulwali. I mean, since we saw the place, we decided to zero in on this. At that time, we had no idea what was Asagaon, what was Moira, what was Siolim, absolutely no idea. Wendell ने बोला है ये तो चलो ले लेते. At least even I have a good neighbor who will look after the, because we were not at all sure that we'll ever live in Goa.
Yeah.
It was only during when we made the house. We made the house immediately after we bought the land.
This was 20 years back.
20 years back, and I somehow managed to get Dean DeCruz. He was a very busy man, but he agreed to do my house. So then he built the house, and then certain changes he made. I mean, he's a genius and he's a star. For me, he's like god of architecture.
Yeah.
So he came and he did the whole thing beautifully, and so it went. So in those days, 20 years ago, luckily this village still looks, this part of the village still looks the same. Okay, because Goa, when you say Goa, everyone thinks I must have a house next to the beach.
Yes.
But I don't like near the beach.
Yes, that
It's
is
too
what
touristy.
that is one question I wanted to ask you. Why not the beach and why towards more inland, right? Like Kulwali.
Yeah, because a beach is very touristy, super crowded in the season, October to March, and so I don't want to come out of Bombay and then come to a crowded place again. So I wanted peace. See, it takes me 20 minutes to go to Morjim beach, so I'm not too far away from the beach, but at least we'd have this, the sanity of living in a better village, greenery. I loved the greenery part of Kulwali, so it is still very green. You can see it all around. It's beautiful. So yeah, that's the reason why we chose Kulwali. Kulwali was just because Wendell said Kulwali, we said Kulwali.
Yeah. So all thanks to Wendell. We are right now sitting with Mr. Omer Haider in his beautiful house in Kulwali village. Omar, how is your day like? Can you describe a normal day here in Kulwali?
The normal day for me, my friends make joke of that, is that once a day I'll have to go to Mapusa market. It's my passion to go to Mapusa. Mandatory. 6 out of 7 days I'm at Mapsa market.
My husband also goes
Yeah.
every day.
I have to go.
he's
Even
there.
I have to
He's
buy
a
half a
legend.
kilo of chini,
Yeah.
sugar, I'll go to Mapsa market.
Yeah.
Don't go to the next door
Yeah.
shop. You know, I just love the environment over there, the feel,
It's
and
so alive there.
yeah, and that's the time. If I spend 2 hours in a day, which I usually do in a Mapsa market, 1.5 to 2 hours, that's the time I forget the whole world.
Oh,
It is such a big stress buster for me to go to Mapsa market. I just go there, I joke with some vendors, they all know me now by now. I buy some fish. I have never let my staff buy mutton, fish, prawns, squids, nothing.
you do
I
it
have to buy
yourself?
myself. Since I was in school and college, my dad taught me how to buy fish and prawns and all that. That's
So,
what Mapsa
so
market
you
is for
must be
me.
having your favorite vendors there who you normally just head straight to them.
Yeah, I know. So I have a set of fish guys who sell me fish. I have a set of vegetable people, and then a chicken or a mutton. Only one guy, I trust him, and he would never sell to me anything which is not up to the mark that he feels. So these are the comfort zone I have developed over the years, and it works beautifully. I mean, I just go there. I'm lost to the world. We came here just before the lockdown, thinking that we'll go back after a week or so, because at that COVID time, Goa was the least affected in the country. So as was like Delhi and Bombay were, deaths all around were happening. So we came here, and then the lockdown started. Then we lived here for a few, continuously for a month or so. I don't know how long the lockdown was, but we had a beautiful time in the lockdown at that time, because the cases of COVID was stray and not too many in Goa at that time.
Yeah, it was filled with Delhi and Bombay people.
Yeah,
living
so
there.
everybody was coming here. So we stayed here, and then one fine morning, Rose told me that why the hell are we living in Bombay? These days you can work from outside and everything, so remotely you can work. So I said, "ठीक है, I mean, where will you get in? Obviously in Bombay we can't get such greenery. I have always lived in apartments, in flats, from Calcutta days to Bombay to Delhi. Everywhere I have only lived in flats. This is the first, and perhaps right now the only house that we have built with a lot of love and passion, and Dean did a fabulous job. So we did all that, and that's how we are now in Kulwali. So I stopped going to Goa. Now when I go, sorry, I stopped going to Bombay. Now when I go, I was there last week. If I go for plans for 5 days, I wrap up my work quickly and come back after 3 days, because I can't stand. It's too much noise, too much construction, too much of everything is going on. It's very, although I lived half my life there, I shouldn't be complaining, but you know, when you grow out of it, you grow out of it.
Yeah. So I don't know whether you feel the same way, but when I land in Goa, each time I land in Goa, there is this unique kind of joy, that I've arrived, I've reached, finally I'm here, and I don't want to leave again. That kind of feeling. Does it come to you too?
That used to come when I used to frequently visit Goa every time.
Yeah.
There was also a thing in my house, and I used to tell, whenever I had running nose, I had a little bit of cough and cold. So I am not the guy who takes a lot of medicine. So my only way, I used to tell, okay, now I'm going to Goa 3 more days over there, 3 days, and I'll be all right. So this little cold and cough,
Yeah.
best remedy was to come to Kulwali, stay in your house for 3 days. After 3 days, all is gone.
Not only physically, mentally also, emotionally, it makes you happy because there's so much greenery around you and so much nature around you that you do somehow, feel better about yourself and feel
Yeah,
happier
yeah.
about life.
So used to Bombay life,
Yeah.
we were like fish out of water here initially, but then we slowly had taken the decision, so we had to work around it. And then what we did was, first thing, a lot of my friends would ask me, is there a good medicine, like hospitals and education? School hai ki nahi hai Goa mein? Everybody thinks Goa means party.
Yeah.
So Zidane, we found a school, it's called Paradise.
Yeah.
It's like
I've
a
heard of it.
paradise school, it's like no rules school, no strictness, no rules, no homework. So we found that very,
it was
because
unique and
throughout
different for
my
you. Yeah.
life and Rose's life, we always stayed in missionary school, wearing uniform, tie and black shoe and white socks and all. Here you can wear anything and go, and they have a very nice time, because although we can, but we didn't want to push our children that 8 o'clock he has to reach, which means he has to get up at 6 and all. This school had timing of 10 to 4.
Oh.
So it was very convenient. 9:30 we leave from here. It's in Para. We just go there and that's it.
And what about you and Rose? How did you make a little? Did you find like-minded people? How did you make a social circle for yourself?
So after we moved, we made quick friends around, but I actually forced a lot of my friends from Bombay and Calcutta that, boss, you don't know what you're missing. Come and stay in Goa.
And you've already said that most of your friends, you invited them to come here, you goaded them into moving here, convinced them into moving here. But then there must be a little difference between your social life there and your social life here. How is it different?
See,
Bombay
in
and Goa.
Bombay, when we used to, we could only throw dinners for our friends or visit them or socialize on weekends. Monday to Thursday, no way we could meet anybody. In Goa, the main difference is that in Goa, every day is a weekend.
Yeah.
Monday is a weekend, Tuesday is a weekend, Thursday is a weekend. So here we meet, घर पे कुछ अच्छा खाना बना, some good food is made. Hey, come, call everybody. Okay, they'll rush in. Somebody else is cooking some interesting thing which they know we like. We just go there at a very short notice if you're doing nothing. But otherwise, yeah, we meet. I meet my friends at least 3 to 4 days a week.
So besides having your own little private home parties and home get-togethers, are there any favorite local restaurants or cafes where you
There's quite a few, I know.
can you name some?
Yeah, one, if I like Goan food, for example, thalis or anything, we don't look beyond Spice Goa.
Spice Goa.
Spice Goa, one is in, I think, Karaswada, and one they have recently opened in Sangolda. So they make, I know the owner and I know how passionate he is about quality. He gets every morning at 4 o'clock and he goes to the fishing market to buy all the stuff. So we know that we'll get fresh food. Okay. The other place I love is because my son loves Japanese food. Izumi is our first choice. Cafe, yeah, Babka is one of them, which we frequent quite often.
Yeah.
And then I like going to the smaller places, like in Mapusa market they opened a South Indian place called Dosa Podi.
Yeah.
It's right in the middle of the market, very non-descriptive, but beautiful food and fresh. And you can see it being cooked in front of you. Then when we go to Panjim, Miguel is our first choice. We love the food in Miguel. Then there is, of course, Fontenas, means Joseph Bar, one drink, Antonio's the other drink, and there's Makutsu in the middle for Japanese or Chinese food. So that, and then Anisha owns that Casa Lusitana, so we also go there. So that we park our car in one place and we do the entire walk, drink, all on Fontenas.
Yeah. Omar, you say this is a 1 acre property and you have such a vast area, you have so many buildings, 1, 2, I believe 3.
Yeah, we have three
cottages,
houses.
3 houses, and it's so spread out. Which is your favorite spot in the house?
My favorite spot is where we are sitting right now.
This gazebo.
This gazebo. This gazebo is pretty because it's open. It's right in the open, and all you see is greenery.
Yeah.
So I've become an outdoor person. So when we were making the house, my brief to him, to Dean, and Dean also suggested that we should bring the outdoor indoor. So every room of the house, both the houses have got outdoor spaces.
But when you are in Goa, you do want to be a little semi-outdoor or outdoor most of the time because it's so beautiful, it's so green.
Right.
Even I sit in my balcony and look out, you know,
Yeah.
and I have the fan running over me because we put a little tile roof just like this. And so most of the time I'm sitting outside. The first thing in the morning I go out, sit in my balcony, just look at the green, have my coffee. It starts like that. And so these are the little thrills of and joys of living in Goa.
Yeah. And living outdoor and Goa so green, so beautiful. And you can see right now in the monsoon, it's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I sit here early and I just make my own coffee, bring it here, and I put, my favorite is Ustad Vilayat Khan, his sitar. So that's being played in the morning on my speaker, and I just sit and think what to do next, what I've done, stuff like that. So that music and coffee and outdoor is a perfect setting I have found.
So that brings me to my next question. How has Goa inspired your creativity?
See, when you are in the midst of nature and as wild as this, your beautiful thoughts come to your head. Most of the shows that I have done in the last 5 6 years, some of them were really big time.
Yeah, please can you?
Those are all because I was sitting here early morning, nobody, and I hear the chicken shouting and the beautiful birds and squirrels running around. You can still hear all this midday now. I'm back to producing some very meaningful, high-end Indian classical music. So Indian classical music, as we know across the country, it was not being attended by the shishi crowd, as we call them, because it always considered very artistic and few audience, very low ticket price. So I said, no, we'll have to break this jinx and break this idea that it is a very poor man's music or something like that. We came up with this idea called Malhar and the Sea.
Yeah.
And I said, let's do it in the monsoon, because Goa has always been promoted as a destination for parties and rave parties and sunburns and stuff like that. So I said, let me do this in the monsoon. And so now we are in constant touch with the tourism department as well, and they have started promoting Goa as a monsoon tourism. They call it monsoon tourism. So, so this festival fits in very well over there. So the festival is that you have to come and stay in the hotel. You cannot walk in. 2 nights. 2 nights. Last year also we did 2 nights. This year again, last year was a huge success. So we want to make this an annual affair. So people love to come to Goa any which way. It's one of the only tourist destination of India. So we have the crowd, and now monsoon people are flocking in.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful during the monsoon.
The monsoon
Goa
is
becomes
lush,
so
is
so
green, and you see the rain.
Perfect.
So that's how we called it Malhar.
Malhar,
And
yeah.
because ITC hotel is on the sea and Goa is known for sea, so it's no rocket science that we named it. We just named it Malhar and the Sea.
This Malhar and the Sea, this August that's going to be organized. Which big names are we going to be expecting to attend?
I have not been chasing big names, even in the past, when artists were younger or whatever. But because of my own personal liking and being brought up in the classical music environment, so I love to feature artists who are talented, super talented. I've had many baitaks in this house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even people like Rakesh Chaurasia, Tawfiq Qureshi, and Purbain, and they all have come and performed.
Lovely,
So we for this year we have a new way of looking at Ustad Amjad Ali Khan. He's our big ticket guy, big ticket Ustad. So what we are doing is we are doing Amjad Ali Khan, the two sons, and his grandson, 3 generations of Sarod. Then what we are presenting is Tawfiq Qureshi and his friends of percussive world, all about percussion. So there will be a drum, and there is Yogesh Shamsi on the tabla. He will be Tawfiq Bhai will be on djembe. Then there is Sridhar Parthasarthi on the mridangam. So and there is a Congo player, a drummer. I think his son, he's also playing drum. So it's just all about tal vadya, as we used to call it. So less melody, more rhythm. So that's one of the other item. Then we have folk music. Last year we didn't have folk music. This year we have folk music, and there's one very expressive kind of a singer called Malini Avasthi. She's made a very big name. She's a shagird of, I think, Girija Devi, and so she is also performing. And she has a very vibrant way of presenting her folk music. And she really has done a lot of research on various folk musics across the country. And then we have Rajasthani Sufi music by Samandar Khan Manganiyar. We have a beautiful, extremely talented ghazal and playback singing girl called Madhubanti Bakshi. Right now she is just ruling it. She is really hitting it at the top. And so Madhubanti Bakshi is there. Then we did I wanted to do a Jugalbandi between sitar and vocal. I've got Arshad Ali Khan on vocal. He's a big product of Sangeet Research Academy in Calcutta. Then he's learning under his uncle. And we have Shahid Parvez Khan's son Shakir. So they are young Turks of Indian classical music. We call it young maestro. So they both are performing together. And then we have got Karsh Kale doing his electronica on top of Indian classical, because he plays tabla as well. So Karsh Kale is there. We got some real big guys this year.
This is so tempting, and
And the best part of the festival is that you have to live
yeah.
with the artist. So
Yes.
all my artists, they are there for both the days.
What
And
a
then
delight to
people
to
are
attend.
audience.
People who get to attend this,
Yeah.
they are really, really privileged.
Audience is having lunch with them, breakfast with them. They're going for a morning walk.
Yeah, to
So
interact
it's all
them,
with
yes.
them. See, as I explained earlier also, where you live with the artist is very up close. The entire thing is very up close, meet them informally. Like last year, I remember Amjad Ali Khan Sahab and all the other musicians were having dinner in the night, and then somebody was playing the table,
Yeah.
and they started singing.
Oh.
People were singing, audience was participating and singing, and then Khan Sahab was explaining to them. So it's all very organic,
Yes.
very intimate.
Yeah.
So it's not a festival where you can walk in, like buy a ticket and walk in. No, you have to live the festival. So we're not selling event, we're not selling a concert, we are selling experience
Yes.
to the world.
So now you have given this elaborate, delicious menu to my audience, and they must be drooling.
Another finer aspect of this Malhar and the Sea is the food. Is one of the highlights. That's another hero.
Okay.
So in Calcutta where I used to live, and earlier I was a kid, so the common terms were used those as क्या हो रहा है, क्या कर रहे हैं, खाना पीना गाना बजाना. So खाना पीना गाना बजाना, I put it as a main force over here. This year we have got one day the entire range of Dakshin, the iconic restaurant. The other day we have got Dampukht, the entire Dampukht from one end to the other end. So yeah, so ITC is also collaborating with. I said let's bring the food part of it out. So it's not
Yes.
like a common you get your coffee shop kind of food. No, it's a very thematic, thought about, planned. So khana pina and then gana bajana of course is there.
Oh my God, this is to die for. Some years ago, you organized this event which was much talked about, cinema and concert. Can you tell us some?
Yeah, I used to work very closely with some very large event organizations in London. So there it was a big trend of doing cinema in concert, which means we show a feature film or a documentary, but there's no volume on that. The music is live,
Okay.
and the screen is showing a movie. In fact, the very famous Indian movie Bahubali was also done
Oh,
into
wow.
cinema and concert in UK. It has never come to India, and that became a big hit. It's a huge trend especially in London, where I've seen in the West do this cinema and concert. Even movies of James Bond, even Titanic has been made into movies in concert. So here what we wanted to do is same thing with Indian musician. So we did a couple of them, which was very successful.
Now, which movies did you take?
So I have a very dear friend who's also won the Oscar for making documentary animation film. So we did that. We did an animation film with a live pianist. I think her name was Dinara Clinton. She came from UK, and we did a concert across India.
Omar, so now we are coming to the end of our conversation, and one really important question, a very crucial question that I would like to ask you is, this life that you're living, the susegad, relaxed, retired, semi-retired life in Goa, what has Goa taught you? What have you taken from Goa? Something that you have learned, or something that Goa has given you or taught you?
Goa has given me calmness in my mind. Means I am much more relaxed and much more calm. My people would would have told you in my office, I was a little edgy, when you're younger maybe. But the environment here, the greenery here, and it really soothes you down and calms you down. So one learning is that I've become a very relaxed
Very
person,
susegard.
very susegard. And the other thing, good or bad, I have to sleep in the afternoon
Yes.
after my lunch.
Yes.
That is non-negotiable. Now
Yes.
my entire sponsors, my
yeah.
office, everybody knows that I don't 2 to 4.
Yeah.
Don't even call him. He won't
Yeah.
answer the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. So, in Goa, every person that I'm talking to, including myself, afternoon siesta is mandatory. It is non-negotiable. We switch off our phones and we take a break from the world and we have a good siesta. Don't
And
we,
when
Omar?
and when you get up, you're so
Yeah.
rejuvenated and you're
Yeah.
so excited, and
Yeah.
the energy level again
Yes.
goes up,
Yes.
which we couldn't do it in a big city like
Yeah.
Bombay or Calcutta.
Yeah.
I could never do it.
Yeah. So, with that, we are going to wrap up our talk. And thank you so much, Omar, for coming to my show and discussing all these musical events that you're going to be hosting in and organizing in Goa. And I'm so looking forward to Malhar and the Sea. And to everybody out there, do not miss this opportunity to come to Goa in the monsoons and watch Malhar and the Sea.